Please be seated. The Central Line Band, under the direction of Sherman Langholt, will now perform How to Train Your Dragon.
Good afternoon, and welcome everyone to Central Lyon for today's graduation celebration. I am Superintendent Dave Ackerman, and on behalf of the Central Lyon School Board, faculty, and administration, we wish to thank you for your attendance with us today. We are very proud of our graduates, and we are excited for their futures. As you leave Central Lyon today, you are now part of a special legacy that is Central Lyon. Congratulations. As most of you know, I am retiring at the end of this school year. And after 30 years in education, 22 in administration, and 18 at Central Lyon, this is my last graduating class. So we're going out together, all right? I'd ask if you would indulge me for just a moment for one last favor. I'm probably known by the staff as Mr. Technology, among other names. But I wanted to do this. I'm going to open up the old flip phone here. All right, I'll have somebody in the IT department upload that to my MySpace page tomorrow. Thank you and congratulations. Have a great afternoon.
Senior Class President Elizabeth Peterson, will you come forward to deliver the student welcome?
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2019 Central Lyon Commencement Ceremony. First, I'd like to take this time to thank Superintendent Ackerman for presiding over his last commencement ceremony. Serving the Central Lyon schools as both high school principal and superintendent for the past 18 years, Mr. Ackerman has been a part of the Iowa education system for a total of 30 years. We thank you for your many years of dedicated service and leadership, and we wish you the very best. Next, I want to thank all of our family, friends, teachers, staff, and administration for seeing us through to this day. Each of you has played an instrumental role in our lives, and we wouldn't be here without your guidance and support. Again, thank you all for coming.
Zach Springer is a Central Lyon Valedictorian. Zach is the son of Dave and Heather Springer. He will be attending the University of Iowa next fall. His speech is entitled, 6 Things I Hate About Graduation.
You know, they say one of the best ways to calm your nerves down before a big speech is to picture your audience naked. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, it doesn't help. Especially you, Mr. Ackerman. Now, before I begin, I want to start by thanking all of those who brought us here today. I want to start by parents. You guys mean the world to us. And if you've been crying nonstop like someone I know for the past week, you guys are almost done. But also, friends, family, as Ellie said, teachers, administrators, and anyone else who came to support us today. You guys are the reason we're here, and we really appreciate you. Now, everyone loves graduation. It's a day to celebrate all of the accomplishments of the class of 2019 and send us off in the next chapter of our lives. But I thought I'd change things up a little bit this year. Instead of talking about all the things that I love about graduation, I want to talk about the things that I hate. So, here's 6 things that I absolutely cannot stand about high school graduation. First and foremost, valedictorian speeches. It seems that every year across this great country, we have a competition to see who can write the most boring valedictorian speech. Now, sometimes I'm not sure if I'm up here to entertain you, make you cry, or put you to sleep. But be that as it may, valedictorian speeches are an important part of graduation. I'm glad I get to stand up here and try not to notice those of you that already nodded off. Second thing that I just can't stand is class labels. You always have people talk about classes and say things such as, this is a very athletic class, this is a very studious class, or maybe this is a very naughty class, they're not well behaved. But none of these things are true. What makes a class is differences. Every single one of us is different and has different interests, and throughout our time in high school, we've accomplished numerous things because of these differences. We've had athletic success, musical success, academic success, fine arts success, character success, countless different types of success. You know, I've had people ask me, you had one word, how would you describe the class of 2019? And to be completely honest with you, there's not one word that I can use. And I believe that's what makes the class so special. Well, the third thing that I hate about high school graduation is the idea that this is the end. That after today, we all venture off into the big bad world and are going to have to fend for ourselves. We as a class have been told numerous times that this won't fly in college, or you're really going to struggle in the real world. But guys, the world's not a bad place. In fact, quite the opposite. It's a really good place, full of kind and amazing people who are willing to help you at every turn. And we've been gifted to grow up in a community as great as Rock Rapids, or Dune, don't want to forget about you guys. But I want to encourage all of you to explore. Small town Iowa is great, but the world's got a lot more to offer. Step outside of your comfort zone. Do things that make you nervous and force you to leave that comfort zone that all of us are so well accustomed to growing up here. Meet someone new. Try living in the city. Study abroad. Go on a mission trip. Go talk to that girl or guy you've been staring at all night. Be extraordinary. But to be extraordinary, you don't have to be perfect. You never will be. Part of life is making mistakes, and now is the time to do that. So go do crazy and stupid things, make mistakes, but learn from them. Because all of you are capable of doing great things and reaching new heights. You just have to be willing to take that step. Fourth thing that I absolutely despise is the amount of times that stupid pomp and circumstance song gets played. Mr. Langwell, is it too much to ask to change it up a little bit? Anyway, fifth thing I hate about high school graduation. Fifth thing that I hate is how I don't get to spend every day with all of you guys. As much as all of us have been looking forward to this day since freshman year, it still is bittersweet at times. For a lot of us, we'll still be seeing a lot of each other. But for some of us, this may be a final goodbye. Goodbye to an amazing school full of amazing teachers. And a goodbye to the people we've grown up with since Andrew looked like an elf from the North Pole. But I can honestly say, I've loved the time I've spent in this school, and I've loved the people I got to spend it with. Now the sixth and the final thing that I hate about graduation is the fear. The uncertainty. What am I going to do? Where do I go from here? Am I on my own now? To answer this question, I want to phone a friend, the ever-knowing, ever-wise Michael Scott. Michael Scott once said, sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. Just hope I find it along the way. Guys, you don't need to have a plan. You don't need to be able to see in the future. You don't need to know exactly what you're doing. You just have to look forward. Quit dwelling on the past, leave stupid grudges and high school drama behind you, and look towards the future. But go forward without fear and without uncertainty. Because even if you don't have a plan, if you lead with confidence and drive, you will come out on top. I have faith that every single one of you will find success in whatever you do. You just need to start somewhere. Take that step outside of your comfort zone and let the world take you on this crazy little thing we call life. I want to thank all of you for giving me the very best years of my life, and I wish each and every one of you the best of luck as you venture through life. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Zach. Zed Hymanson is a Central Line Salutatorian. Zed is the son of Corey and Heather Hymanson. He will be furthering his education at Morningside College next fall. His speech today is entitled Hair, Energy, and Brain Cells.
Finally get to take this thing off. All right. Welcome, friends, family members, and anyone else who chose to come to this horrendously long ceremony for whatever given reason. I'd like to thank you all for coming today to help the teachers finally get rid of us. Before I begin, parents, I'd like to apologize for any inside jokes that you guys don't get. If you really want to know the meaning funny, feel free to come up to me or any other student to get the real meaning, because they're actually pretty funny stories. Anyways, let's get this started so we can get it over with to get to what really matters, the food at all the parties today. Just as every one of these speeches has said before me, our class has a wide variety of talents. From the arts, to the drama, to athletics, to excelling in the classroom, we have it all. On the flip side, we do know that we have our limits. Sometimes we just have to tell a certain classmate to quit being weird. Speaking of weird, isn't it weird that Mr. Ackerman and Senora are both retiring with our class? Like seriously, out of every class they could have chosen to end with, they wanted to end with us? Since we're talking about Senora, I think we should bring up some of the Spanish trips. There are so many questions to ask the kids before they leave. Like, are you excited to go? What countries will you be visiting? And lastly, most importantly, y'all driving to Spain? Anyways, I'd like to congratulate both Senora and Mr. Ackerman on their retirements. I guess I can't blame you guys with the classes coming up. Mr. Ackerman, you're welcome. We aren't doing senior prank this year, or at least not that I'm aware of. And Senora, as you taught me best, adios. Anyways, I think now is the perfect time for me to give a quick shout out to some of our own scholastic entrepreneurs. This list of fine businesses includes our very own Lion's Pride Apparel, or Girlman's Sweatshop, Daniel Stilson's S&S Labs, and the Junior Answer Distribution Company. Yeah, I know, another inside joke. Hey, speaking of jokes, we're in the midst of another May term. This May term, there's a class called Baked Goods. At first, I was a little hesitant to take this class because I wasn't sure if we'd be baking cakes or cooking with some other illegal substance. Okay, now let's move on to some of our coaches in our school. I'd like to start out with two of our football coaches, Coach Eben and Coach Cruz. I have plenty of great memories with these two, but I can never get them to crack on the teacher's Wi-Fi password. They're just so unpredictable with their password choices. I mean, the last teacher's Wi-Fi password was Wrestling 14. Somehow the entire student body got on this, but I still question how we all figured it out. Anyways, back to the coaches. I'd be lying if I didn't say I learned something from these two. I learned that when in doubt, run Atlanta odd and hope our linemen can hold their blocks. Since we're on the topic of athletics, we should talk about our baseball program. I'm sure most of you are unaware, but a few of us guys put some couches in the dugout this last weekend. Let's just say they aren't there anymore, right, Coach Stocker? Lastly, let's not forget about track. Our class was okay at track, but we actually had a certain individual set a record during his junior year. This record is held by Ian Wells for having a pizza ordered, delivered, and consumed the fastest directly after running a race. Okay, this is probably the part of the speech where you expect me to get sappy and emotional, but I don't think I'm going to do that because there's a lot of people here. I mean, I'm looking around and I see at least 20 people in here. Alright, I should probably finish up now because I took up most of the talking time. So I'd like to apologize to any of my classmates if I left out any story that you cherish from our youth. But on the bright side, we can talk about it 20 years from now at our class reunion, unless our class president forgets to plan it like she did with their senior shirts. Okay, let's get serious now. It's time for you all to understand the title of my speech. Basically, it all comes from this simple quote. You will never have as much hair, energy, or brain cells as you have right now. Let's stop and think about that for a little bit. Yep, there you go, you just lost some brain cells. Now you're thinking to yourself, what is this kid saying? And with that thought, you just lost a little more energy. But wait, you say to yourself, I'll just prove this kid wrong and grow my hair out. But my answer is a simple no. Your hair's just going to be longer, you won't have more hairs. Yes, thank you, I'm such a deep thinker. Anyways, let's stop focusing on how long the ceremony is and enjoy the rest of my speech before it ends because it's over right now.
Thank you, Zed. Ms. Snyders will now present the senior slideshow. technical difficulty. We'll move ahead in our program and see if we can get back to the senior slideshow. The Central Line Senior Choir, under the direction of Mrs. Ann Langholt, will now perform How Does a Moment Last Forever? word that I think we're going to have to forego the senior slideshow, so I apologize. Technical difficulties today, but we will have that uploaded to our website as soon as possible, so please check back with the website so you can see that presentation. Before I begin today, I would like to recognize and thank the Central Lyon Board of Education and our K-12 staff members. Each of you collectively and individually have played an integral part in guiding and supporting the students we are celebrating today. Many of their achievements came as a result of your sustained leadership and your reluctance to settle for anything less than their best. Thank you. Anyone who has had the good fortune of attending Central Lyon can attest to the lofty but attainable expectation staff, parents, and community have for our students. Central Lyon students are not asked to, but are required to continue a tradition of excellence, pride, and hard work that have been established and maintained for many generations. This senior class is no exception to that rule. Although they were faced with their fair share of challenges, this group of students not only stood their ground, but pushed forward. Much like the senior classes before them, their legacy is unique, but one that most certainly deserves recognition and praise. This class, like all others, could be labeled in many fashions, but as indicated earlier by Zach, defining a class full of diverse talents and experiences with 1 to 2 adjectives simply doesn't capture the big picture. Although I will not be labeling this class today, I challenge the audience to listen, reflect, and create their own way to accurately remember and honor the class of 2019 with the help of a few pieces of information. Let's begin. This year, under strong senior leadership, our wrestlers once again took home the Siouxland Conference title. Individually, members of this class were past and present state qualifiers. One student placed as high as second at state competition. In a combined effort with GLR, members of this senior class enjoyed another state qualification in cross country, following their men's state title from a year ago. Recently, our track teams continued their tradition of success by winning both the boys and girls district track meet. Several seniors qualified for state, and with the help of their teammates, once again represented Central Lyon in a quality fashion. 2 members of this class were also crowned state champions in the girls 4x200 meter relay. Not to be overlooked, we had numerous seniors who achieved conference, district, and state honors during their time at Central Lyon. Some broke records, while others showcased exemplary leadership by sacrificing for the good of their team. Outside of athletics, many of these seniors were selected as all-state individual and large group performers in speech during their 4 years. With strong senior leadership on stage, Central Lyon's fall musical, Grease, was extremely successful. In choir, this group of students had a 3rd and 4th place finish at state jazz competition over the past 2 years. While in band, they competed at the state jazz level several years during their musical careers, placing as high as 2nd their junior year. It's beyond evident that our 2 music programs will miss these students. Some offer to showcase their talents in other capacities. Many of these students are completing their 3rd tiny house project, picking up skills that are highly sought after in today's society. In the realm of science, a handful of seniors experienced state robotics and took our 3D printing capabilities to the next level. Senior leadership proved valuable in mock trial this year as our teams once again qualified for state, while several members achieved district and state recognition. Our Central Lyon FFA program again soared to new heights with additional award winners and recognitions at this year's state convention. Again, much of which was accomplished through the tireless efforts of those members and officers in our senior class. A NASA trip to Houston, musical performances at Disney, and learning abroad with Mrs. Groves were all part of valuable learning experiences that were made possible by the trust and responsibility of these young people. It was this senior group who carried on the tradition of serving others by volunteering their time to mentor our younger students and being available to assist with the school backpack program. We have some students who face individual challenges just to get here today. Some have overcome serious personal hardships, while others pursue additional online coursework. To those students, your efforts did not go unnoticed. Keep in mind, no matter the path you took to get here, we are all so very proud of you. Perhaps this class's greatest accomplishments are those that we'll now mention in academics. 68% of this class had a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or better. 5 students had a GPA above 4.0. 15 of these young men and women are proud members of the Central Lyon National Honor Society. The average ACT score of this group was just shy of 24. Many of the students are leaving with almost a semester of college credit or advanced placement credits in their transcripts and or finish the semester early. As a group, they qualify for just over $300,000 in scholarships for college over the next 4 years. Having observed these students for many years and reflecting on their achievements and high levels of success, I feel abundantly confident. I feel confident that they will work hard, they will persevere, and they will continue to take the necessary risks to showcase their talents and abilities. These students won't settle for average, but instead they will meet, if not exceed, expectations like they did during their time at Central Lyon. Some will do so as businessmen and women, others as educators, lawyers, electricians, and plumbers. Whether they're flying airplanes, styling hair, working in agriculture, or designing the next video game, they will do so at their very best. I'm confident these students will make a difference in our world, and we will always be proud to say they were Central Lyon Lions. Confident. That is how I feel about you seniors, and that is how you should feel when you leave here today. Thank you. And now it is my honor and privilege to present the class for graduation. The Central Lyon class of 2019, having successfully completed the necessary coursework as set forth by the state of Iowa and the Central Lyon School Board, will now rise and be presented with their graduation diplomas. Presenting diplomas today is School Board President, Mr. Dave Jans. Holly Ann Berg. Nicole Joelle Blumendahl. Brecken Nicole Bookout. Haley Jo Borman. Max Zachary Borman. Reese Ann Borman. Elizabeth Christine Bosler. Colton Edward Buss. Mikhail Wayne Daniels. Andrew Dylan DeNoble. Jarrett Wilhelm Foster. Christina Marie five-coat champion. Unable to be with us here today, Katrina Ray Floyd. Austin J. Folkens. Riley Jean Folkens. J.C. Lee Frederickson. Jacqueline Isabel Gonzalez. Elena Pearl Porter. Cade Allen Greasy. Keitana Leslie Highmark. Zed William Dale Hymanson. Caden Eric Huseman. Madison K. Iwan. Nolan John Jensen. Christopher Lawrence Johnson. Rhiannon Elizabeth Grace Keegan. Austin Jerome Metzger. Devin James Miller. Kenneth Bruce Murray III. Taryn Sky Olson. Elizabeth Kendall Peterson. Caitlin Mariah Simon. Zachary Richard Springer. Victoria Elizabeth Stubbe. Seth Robert Telford. Benjamin Isaac Gable Van Artsen. Kiara Lee Van Wy. Tyra Ann Van Wy. Tanner Allen Vandentop.
Yes,
Tyler Dean Vandenover. Carla Lisbeth Vasquez Lopez. Lance Joshua Weber. Ian Michael Wells. Callie Dawn Gagel. Before we conclude, I would like to extend a thank you to our senior speakers for sharing some of your thoughts and memories. Wish to thank Mr. Langholt and the band, as well as Mrs. Langholt, and the choir for their special performances today. Finally, to the parents and all others in attendance today, thank you for your continued support and dedication to all of us here at Central Lyon. I would like to remind everyone that a congratulatory line will form on the sidewalk in front of the high school immediately following the ceremony. Once again, I wish to congratulate the Central Lyon class of 2019, and on behalf of the Central Lyon staff and community, I wish you all the very best. At this time, will the alumni class of Central Lyon 2019 please stand and face the audience? It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the newest alumni of the Central Lyon Community Schools. Let's hear it again for the class of 2019.